Being different is not necessarily something that you try to consciously attempt. Being different is ingrained in you. It is almost a part of you. Being different is simply that, a state of being. What is good with y'all, man? It's your boy Unseen. We coming at y'all with another video today. It's the sequel. It's the follow-up video, How to Be Different. How to Be Different, part 2. I'm gonna give y'all 3 more ways to be different. 3 more ways you can separate yourself from 90% of people. First of all, I just want to preface that there's no real way you can be different. It's more so you just adopt these things, you adopt these practices, and you just so happen to separate yourself from most people because most people have not adopted that yet. So it's not actually like saying, oh, I'm gonna be different, but it's more so, what are the things that you can take? What are the steps that you could take? What are the routes you can go? What are the paths you can follow to bettering yourself? And in turn, that will separate you and make you come off as different to most people in the world, which is very, very, very essential at this time in history where mass conformity is the norm. Mass conformity is what the mainstream, the Matrix, likes to purport. The Matrix loves to talk about having everybody on the same wavelength, having people follow. They want followers. The Matrix wants followers. So if you haven't already, go check out my previous video. It gave you the 3 original ways to be different. If you guys enjoy videos like this, if you want to see more videos like this, please drop a like on the video letting me know that this is what you fuck with. This is the type of content you want to see. Comment down below. Let me know some other ways that you come across as different in your life, because it shows up in our life a lot. And the best teacher is experience when it comes to this type of shit. So leave a comment down below. Let me know your experience with being different and what things you do that come across as different to others. And yeah, man, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I really appreciate it. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. You know the vibes, man. Without further ado, let's get into the first way of how to be different. So one thing that is common in the Western society, at least, and I'd say all of society, honestly, at this point, is that most people do not know the type of energy that they put out. They're not conscious of the fact that they're even putting out energy in the first place. So the first way to be different, or to adopt a mindset that's going to come across as different, is you need to be conscious of the energy you're radiating. Be conscious of what kind of energy you're putting out, whether it be positive, whether it be negative, whether it be curious, open-minded, or whether it be masculine or feminine. That's a big one too. That's a big one, because that shows up in a lot of dynamics we have with people. So I say pay attention to the energy you're radiating, because when you're self-aware, and it goes into the concept of self-awareness, when you're aware of yourself and the type of energy you're giving off to other people, that almost gives you the upper hand. It gives you another advantage, because you can kind of see it all. You're kind of just sitting back and you see all of the factors, all of the energies meshing together when you're around a lot of people. When you're not like that, you're simply on autopilot. So it's more so, get off of autopilot. Get off of autopilot and start thinking consciously about what it is you're doing and the energy you're giving off within a social environment. For example, if I'm sitting like this, or if I'm sitting like this, and I'm in a classroom, or if I'm in a social environment and I'm sitting like this, what kind of energy you think that's giving off? It's giving off the energy that I'm not confident. I'm just kind of like, I'm to myself. I'm very close together. I'm not open enough. And ultimately, it's giving off weakness, bro. But if I'm sitting up like this, if I'm sitting like this, and my shoulders are back and I'm speaking clearly too, that's another thing too, is speaking clearly. If I'm adjusting my posture, if I have a straight posture, I'm open, I'm looking around. I'm inquisitive. I'm really observant of what's going on. What kind of energy do you think I'm giving off? I'm giving off the energy that I know what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm very competent in what I do. I'm very competent, and I'm very professional in my demeanor, in the energy I'm giving off. How do you think that comes across to people? People want to see the latter example. They don't want to see you all like bunched up together, bro. It just looks weak, especially as a man, bro. That just looks weak. And you need to be conscious of that, because if it were the other way, you don't know what kind of opportunities would arise, or what opportunities you would even miss if you were acting, or if you were giving off energy that would honestly take away from experiences you could have, meaning people wouldn't want to talk to you, or you wouldn't want to, you yourself probably wouldn't even want to engage in. And also your mind would also shut off to those possibilities, those opportunities, because you know the body follows the mind. The second way to be different, to adopt a behavior that separates, you know, yourself from 90+% of the people. And let's be real, this is probably 95%, 95 to 99% of the people, is staying sober. Stay sober and have healthy addictions. I know it's easily one of the hardest things, bro. It's one of the hardest fucking things, because I have unhealthy addictions that I'm currently fighting, bro. I have unhealthy addictions, and I'm not perfect. I'm really not perfect. That's not the vibe I'm trying to give off, is that I'm perfect at all. I'm really not. I got my own demons I have to fight. But the one thing I can say is that I've stayed sober my whole life. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any drugs. I've just stayed sober, bro. I've stayed sober, and you know, 90+% of the people, I'm 21 years old, by the way. So you can imagine how hard it is to stay sober at 21, especially in America. So yeah, that is instantly something that will separate you from pretty much everybody I meet my age, is that you're not going to have a lot of people around you. You're going to come off as different because you don't drink. You don't partake in the degeneracy that they're partaking in. You're not destroying your body with them. You're not destroying your spirit with them. So honestly, that's probably the number one thing that's going to separate you from most people in this world. I'd put that in the top 3 of things that will separate you from the world, because this has gone on throughout the course of history, bro. Motherfuckers would drink like crazy back in the day. Like alcohol was such a big thing back in the day, and honestly, just drugs, any kind of drugs, it's been such a big thing. And not partaking in that, from my experience, has probably been my biggest superpower, is staying sober, bro. I love it. Like, I love it because I know I'm not a slave to most things that people are a slave to. And ultimately, that's the goal, is to not be a slave to your environment, not be a product of your environment. Most people are. Most people cannot deal with the daily stressors, the daily tasks, the daily, just constant pressure that life has to offer, which is honestly a good thing, bro. It's honestly a good thing. But because they can't do that, they turn to something to obviously fill that void, which is, alcohol, drugs, fucking even porn. I could argue porn, alcohol, drugs, porn, what else? Pretty much anything, bro. Pretty much anything. Food. You could say food. What I'm mainly focused on is like alcohol and drugs. That's the 2 biggest things that will destroy your spirit and ultimately will make you come across as different, as if you don't partake in those. So I say stop drinking, stop smoking, stop doing all the bullshit that's gonna fuck up your health, bro. And you'll see, bro. You'll see. I swear to God, you'll see how much people will just kind of like push you to the side when you don't want to partake in that, or if you tell them you don't partake in that. It's really something to marvel at, bro. It's insane. It's insane how many people kind of just write me off as like weak, or saying you're not a man, like you don't drink, what the fuck, like that's not manly. Little do they know the shit that they're drinking lowers their testosterone. So it's like, who's smiling now? Who's smiling now? Type shit. The third way you can be different from most people, and this kind of comes off the back of the last way, is semen retention. I was gonna try to sugarcoat it, But you know me, bro. I can't sugarcoat some shit like this. Semen retention has got to be the number one. I saved the best for last with this one. I saved the best for last. This is easily the one that will put you leagues above people. Leagues. For me personally, it puts me so far ahead of motherfuckers. When I'm at that like 18 to 21 day on semen retention, I'm different. Like, I'm just different. Nobody can touch me. No one. Not a single person can touch me. No, not one. I swear to God, because most people can't even get past 3. They can't even get past the 3 days, bro. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this has been my biggest struggle. My biggest struggle since I was probably 14 years old, 13 years old. Like, semen retention, the porn, masturbation, like, that shit has been my biggest struggle. I swear to God, it has been. But the thing is that when I am on my shit, I'm only on like day 4 or 5 right now, but like when I'm consciously aware and I'm really holding back this ching energy, when I'm really doing what I'm supposed to do and not just partaking in this bullshit, I see so many benefits. There's so many benefits, and people will recognize that in you, bro. Especially women. People will just recognize the life force, the vitality within you. And that's going to separate you from 99% of people, is because 99% of people, they let that shit out of themselves within 1 to 3 days. Every other day, it seems like. Most people cannot go over a week without doing it. So you're going to become a beacon of light in a entire matrix that's filled with low, dark energy. I swear to God, it's really gonna change a lot for you. It is different for each person. Each individual has a different experience with semen retention. I'm just giving you my personal experience and my personal testimony with how semen retention will make you different. Just go probably 14 days without doing it, and you'll just see. You'll be glowing. You'll be glowing. Your voice will get deeper. You'll start to radiate certain energy. Going back to the first point, you'll start to radiate an energy that most people do not see on a daily basis. And in turn, that will draw people to you. It will make you come across as a stranger, but in a good way, because it's so different that people want to be around it. And that's what it is ultimately, is like opposites attract. It's so outcasted from like the mainstream that people almost want to see more of it because they don't get enough of it. Because people are so used to just partaking in the shit that destroys them, that the second that they see somebody who isn't destroying themselves and is building themselves up from the inside, literally from the inside, by holding this shit inside of you and having it go up your spine, the Kundalini energy going up your spine and spreading throughout the different parts of your body, because they're seeing that, it's gonna draw them to you, because ultimately, bro, a lot of demons will come in to attack you because they want that energy. So that's ultimately gonna be the number one. I say this is probably the best way you can be different from 99% of people, is practice semen retention. Man, I feel like at this point I'm just ranting, but practice semen retention and you'll see. You'll just see. Don't knock it until you try it. It's made me so much harder on myself and so much tougher on myself, but I need that. I feel like I need that, because for 10 plus years, I wasn't like that. I've partaken in a habit for 10 years that's destroyed me. It's literally ruined me. It ruined me. It ruined my high school experience. It ruined my college experience. It ruined some of the most pivotal developing parts of my life as, you know, a teenager. It's ruined it. So semen retention has came in to kind of save that and reverse the damage that I did to myself back in the day. And ultimately, this is something that everybody can do, and most people choose not to. The matrix, the medical system says it's bullshit. Everything attacks this ancient practice. This is an ancient practice. Everything attacks this practice because ultimately the matrix knows how powerful this shit is, and they don't want people discovering their power from the inside. They don't want people discovering their power from the inside, so they're gonna push agendas, get studies to fund to say that it doesn't work, to get you to not question it, and ultimately to get you to not practice it. and not really look into it at all. You know, at this point in the world, everything's backwards. So whatever the Matrix says to do, you do the opposite. You follow your own path. You think for yourself. It's all going to come natural. You're going to want to do this shit. I'm telling you. That was 3 ways. 3 more ways you can be different. So just to recap the 3 ways to be different again. Number 1, be aware of the energy you're radiating. Know what you're doing. Know how you are conducting yourself in a social environment, and you're going to separate yourself from most people, because most people do not know the type of energy they're putting out because they're simply on autopilot. Number 2, the second way you can be different from at least 95% of the people is stay sober. Do not drink, do not do drugs, do not do any of the bullshit. You don't need that. Most people in our society are fixated on this. Society pushes this to the forefront. It's involved in everything. It's involved in movies, TV, music, everything you see. Alcohol and drugs are involved in that. So stay away from that, and you'll see so much progress. You'll see so much progress, and you'll see that most people will look at you different. They're jealous. They're envious of you being in that position. The third way to be different is to practice semen retention. Most people, again, just like the alcohol and the previous one, most people don't practice semen retention, and most people who are aware of semen retention cannot get past at least a week, so they give up. Do not give up on semen retention. It changes so much. It changes so much. It literally, you're holding on to energy that's used to create people. When you hold on to that and you create, and you let it build up within yourself, you're gonna just have so much life inside of you. You're gonna be a beacon that people are just attracted to. Confidence is gonna be raised through the roof, and ultimately you're just gonna separate yourself from literally everybody, everyone. I swear to God, everyone. And people will just look at you like you're a fucking god, because you are at that point. Drop a fucking like on this one. Drop a like. I enjoy giving y'all the knowledge to help better yourself, because I feel like I'm sitting on a lot. I feel like I take in a lot of knowledge, but I don't feel like I'm giving out as much as I used to back in the day, back in like 2021. So I want to get back into these videos and just, you know, start helping more people, start helping you on your journey, and start helping you with, you know, becoming a better version of yourself, man. Comment down below which way you think is the most effective way for you, and what you tend to practice the most out of all of these, and what you're struggling with too. Trust me, I struggle with some of these ways as well. So let me know in the comments down below, man. Subscribe to the channel if you are new to this channel. We're going to continue to bring greatness forward to the forefront. You already know the vibes, baby. It's been your boy Unseen. I'll catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace.